And this morning, our We See You initiative puts the spotlight on a Missouri woman who stepped up during the pandemic. Most recently, she coordinated volunteers at a mass vaccination event in Kansas City.
41 Action News reporter Charlie Keegan joins us and introduces us to Lisa Thompson doing some incredible work. Good morning, Charlie.
Good morning. Lisa Thompson has had a very busy year. Over the course of the last 12 months or so, she has led fellow volunteers in places like the Navajo Nation and here at the Bruce R. Walkin Center behind me. This is where I had a chance to meet up with her and find out what motivates her.
Here for your first shot.
As Lisa Thompson walks the halls of the Bruce R. Watkins Cultural Heritage Center in Kansas City,
But how are you doing today?
she notices something about the people gathered here to get their COVID-19 vaccines.
They are happy, they're excited, they're relieved.
For the past 5 years, Thompson has volunteered with Team Rubicon, which specializes in disaster relief. Usually she meets people the day a hurricane destroys their home, so she appreciates this proactive event.
It's really nice to be a part of that really good, feel-good environment straight off the bat.
She leads volunteers in handling the logistical side of a mass vaccination event, from checking in to sanitizing seats.
It is a full team effort.
The deputy director of Kansas City's health department puts it plainly. It could not distribute the vaccine effectively without volunteers.
It is critical for us in terms of this vaccine rollout to have partners like Team Rubicon.
Team Rubicon is based on using the skill sets of military veterans like Thompson, who joined after retiring from the Air Force when she realized she missed the structure and purpose the military provided. Now she has a new mission and is quick to brush off attention, saying the whole community has risen to the occasion this year.
Everybody is just stepping up and doing the right thing and doing what the community needs to try to make it out of this.
So we found out about Thompson through the VFW, headquartered here in Kansas City, and its Still Serving campaign. It recognized Lisa and her efforts through that new initiative. It really all puts the spotlight on veterans who continue to make a difference in their communities even after leaving the military service. Ray and Lindsey.
That's great, Charlie. And we actually saw you interview the deputy director of the health department. What did he tell you about the rollout of the vaccine in Kansas City?
Yeah, so he says that Kansas City right now is planning to host some larger vaccination events, especially gearing up toward Friday when every adult in Missouri is eligible for the vaccine. He also told me something pretty interesting about herd immunity. He said there's that kind of 80% goal that everyone has for getting people vaccinated, but he says every individual community needs to hit that 80% number, not just Kansas City as a whole, but each little pocket within Kansas City to reach full herd immunity.
One of the fears that we have about this virus is that if we don't hit a point of herd immunity where we suppress the spread of the virus, is that it will become what's called endemic. So that basically it's a virus that's constantly in the background. We're constantly having to deal with it.
And I know this is not something that we all constantly want to deal with. We want to get ahead of this. And eventually, Kansas City is going to be offering some walk-in vaccinations where you don't need an appointment. But that's not quite the case yet. So Deputy Director Thompson, you just heard from, wants people to go ahead and sign up through the Kansas City Missouri Department's website to get on the list, to get eligible for a vaccine and get an appointment so that you can get your vaccine and get this progress going, guys.
Charlie, thank you so much.